I have a little thing on my computer that is going to close and open so that the camera isn't on. I'm watching things.
Good. The old porn protector. I think they
exactly.
Call it yes, Brad Blanks, and I have Jason Butler. I got to get it right. Harner.
Yeah,
Jason Butler
thank you.
Harner.
I appreciate that.
Well, congratulations on this show. Next, the great thing about this, when you see the first few episodes, I'm thinking you're quite a good guy in the beginnings of this. You're a little miffed by the craziness of John Slattery, your brother. But am I going down the right path?
You are indeed, and I'm grateful for it, because I know if you've watched Ozark or other things, you've seen me be pretty bad. No, in this one, we're brothers who started a company, and John has, inside it, besides being a genius, he also has some challenges which make him difficult to deal with. So it turns out that it's two brothers fighting the fight against this computer, this AI that's taking over the world.
Good. Well, I love that you brought up Ozark. Obviously, I was going to ask you about that, but what a role that was! Like,
is that like great, right?
Is that like something dropping from the sky? From when you're studying acting, you're like, oh, I hope for a role like that.
I mean, yeah, the funny part was, first of all, that was a very special cast experience. I did the 2 seasons of Ozark, and he was really a complicated, messed up guy, Agent Petty, trying to do the right thing, but had problems. But it was a gift. It was like all you had studied, because there was so much going on with him where there was good intentions and fed up with bureaucracy, so doing really bad things, especially in the second season.
That's right. Well, we saw Julia Garner win another Emmy.
Wasn't that great?
It's unbelievable. Ruth Langmore. What a star she's become. And last season, when she won the Emmy, did she send you a bottle of champagne at all and say?
No. We just text right away. And I love her husband Mark so much. She's just a really great, wonderful person. And I was glad for all the kudos, like the directing and the writing. Chris Mundy, who's the head writer, is really like a really special guy. My own personal, thing is that I just want Laura to win, because Laura Linney is a dear friend, and I thought she was so fantastic in season 3. And people don't ever get to see Laura be bad. Like, she's such a good person that all that goodness also comes with an awareness of the evilness of people. So the opportunity for her to get to play it was so delicious in season 3 that I was, I couldn't help but be pulling for her.
Well, the reason I said she should send you a bottle of champagne, because your character and Julia.
I ad-libbed a lot of those lines in that big scene with her about things that her uncle and I did to each other. We're really dear friends, Julia and I, and funny. And so when we finally got that scene in season 2 outside of what's that called? Lickety Split, the strip club. It was really fun, but so I got to add some extra lines, and it was really fun.
Well, she did tell you I want to see you crawl up into a ball and do something to yourself.
Exactly.
Now, obviously, we're tackling AI, artificial intelligence. Is that something that you fear when you rest your head on the pillow at night?
I do fear it. I mean, listen, technology is a wonderful thing, and the human capacity to keep wanting to know more and do more is a great thing. I think we're discovering some of the challenges that we hadn't faced, which is not only all this connectivity taking away from a time to just be quiet with ourselves and our family, but also the amount of our information that's all interconnected, and what corporations or whomever can do with that is really scary. I don't have in our house, we don't have a Nest, a Siri, I have Siri or an Alexa, but I do know, I have a little thing on my computer that is going to close and open so that the camera isn't on. I'm watching things.
The old porn protector. I think
exactly.
Yes, So John Slattery, of course, Roger Sterling, from Mad Men, one of the great characters ever created. How do you go when you go head to head with him, like you and him in an intense acting scene?
I mean, first of all, he's the coolest cat. in the world. He's so great. I've known him for a long time casually for New York City theater. And, he's how many hall passes in American marriages is he is John Slattery, the hall pass that's allowed. But no,
It's funny. That's funny you say that because he's such a devil. He's a devil in Mad Men, right? And my missus loved him. He was that sort of grey fox. And
a lot. She loves him a lot.
Damn.
Sorry, you guys might see each other, walking around where you guys are in the ocean.
I know.
No, he's a great guy. He's also just a class act. The thing I love about him, besides he's just inherently cool, is he's just he's an extremely economical actor, and it's something that I admire very much. Jason Bateman is the same way. That guy can just do so much so effortlessly. John has his own panache and seamlessness in how he does it. And here we are in this show that has all this technical stuff, and the writers and our showrunner Manny Cotto and John were really keen on being careful to make sure that we had the language and the jargon without inundating it so that it was disorienting. And John is a true genius at being able to how to make that all be as effortless as possible and keep the human dynamics alive. So for us, it's two brothers who've had to deal with each other. Like we never talk about it, but I'm sure there were wedgies back when I was a kid that happened. I had, at one point I had 4, I'm the youngest of 1 biological and 3 stepbrothers. So he has a big family as well. So we were just constantly sharing horrible stories of what boys do to each other when they're young and it's sleepover night, and how you end up out on a balcony while it's raining, or what happened to your toothbrush, things like that. Or like, oh wow, that happened to me.
Poor Jason, you had a wild childhood.
Yeah. Colorful.
Well, in final words, mate, next, what do you, should I be scared watching this show?
Yes. I mean, here's the one thing is, like, all the technology is actual and real. The only thing that's not real to my knowledge is that the interconnectivity of it, that all of your devices could synchronize. Fortunately, that hasn't happened yet, but you'll be scared. But mostly it's an action based thing. All these things are happening. It's a compressed time. The whole season is very tight in the time frame of, it's like a week maybe. And so there's a lot of action. You get to meet the characters, and there's a lot of family things that happen. And the cast is truly amazing. We had a great time. We filmed the bulk of the series in Chicago, which was really fun to be in Chicago with a lot of people in the cast who had never experienced cold weather like that. So it's actually really, really great and fun. John is great. And it's an action ride with some, I would imagine, if you haven't covered your cameras or considered, do I want which device that's listening all the time to be on, I think you'll definitely reconsider it by watching.
Jeez, you just scared me then. Well done.
Right.
You're a great man. Great to chat with you, and excited for your next 20 years when we all get out of this.
Thanks, man. I'll see you.
Thanks, Jason. See you on the streets of New York City.
Your computer already set to record, so it's all fine. It already likes it.
Scaring the shit out of me. See you, mate.
Bye.